I give money to beggars and the homeless. I don't advertise it because I hate people who do that, because that's not giving money to charity, that's buying attention or buying likes. I constantly get messages from people going, you have money, why don't you give to charity? Maybe I do give to charity, motherfucker. I just don't put it all over social media because I don't see these people on fucking Facebook. You see them, a guy who goes and gives $50 to a homeless guy, and they record the whole thing on GoPros and fucking 5 different angles of camera. And then he walks away and goes, it just feels so good to give, you know, sometimes you gotta give. And then it's shared like fucking 18 million times. He just bought 18 million likes or 18 million views for 50 bucks. That's pretty fucking cheap. That's not charity, that's exploitation. He's exploiting a homeless person to buy fucking likes through fake gratitude and fake virtue. That is bullshit. And people fall for it because you're all fucking stupid.
Hey man, about to get this man 20. Hey, don't buy no crack with that shit, man.
Oh, all right.
That's why I don't advertise my charitable acts. However, I do give money to charities, and I do give money to homeless people, but I have very specific criteria of the kind of homeless people I give money to. Here's the criteria as follows. If you're a man of working age without a physical disability, you can fuck yourself and get a job. If you come up to my car, I live in Romania, there's beggars around. If you come up to my car, you come up and ask me for money, and you're 25 or 26, you're a dude, there's nothing physically wrong with you. Why can't you get a job? Oh, I can't find a job. Everyone can find a job. These are able-bodied men. You can carry bricks, you can pick strawberries, you can do something. Get a fucking job. If you have a disability, if a leg is missing, or you're in a wheelchair or something, and you're a man, fine. If you're a woman and you're on the streets, I'm far more accommodating and nice. But in general, I like to give money to what I call working beggars. So you have beggars who just sit there and beg, and you have beggars who work for it. So in Romania, what you have is, and you have this everywhere, when you stop the car in traffic, they walk up and down in between the traffic, and here they walk with a sign and a picture of Jesus saying, help me, and Jesus will bless you, and all this bullshit. So the other day I was with some chick riding around being a G, stops, I looked through my wallet, I only had 100 lei notes, which is about 20 euro. And I gave him 100 lei. She goes, why'd you give him so much? I was like, I only had big notes. I don't carry small notes. I'm a fucking G. Don't ask me stupid questions. I'm going to kick you out the car. She's like, sorry, big G. I was like, it's okay. And she goes, yeah, but why'd you give him money? I said, because he's working. She goes, what do you mean he's working? He's begging. I said, that is as much of a job as anything else. A lot of these begging, a lot of people see begging as completely a bad thing. Sitting there and completely begging for money is bad. But a lot of this begging is work. If you're going to stand up and walk up and down the lines of traffic every time the cars stop, I consider that a full-time job. That's a job. You ain't sitting there chilling. That is harder than going to an office and sitting in the warm, drinking your coffee on a computer. Someone said to me, Andrew, would you rather have a fixed wage in an office, sitting at your computer, typing away with a cup of coffee, or out in the rain and cold, walking up and down all day in between lines of traffic, praying for the gratitude of others when you may make no money? That's a full-time fucking job. It's just a shit one. That's not begging. Those are the kind of people you should give money to. And while we're on subject, another group of people who I give money to, and you're not going to believe this, are the African scammers who email. Those dudes work hard. If you're going to send 10,000 emails, and most people are going to ignore you, and a few people are going to reply and make fun of you, you're going to do that all day, every day. That is a full-time office job. I consider that a job. So when I get those emails, I hit them up and say, look, cut the bullshit. You're not a fucking banker, and you're not some hot girl who wants to bang me. You're probably about 17, sitting somewhere in Nigeria, and you're broke. I'm going to send you 30 bucks if you admit it. Sometimes they come back and say, no, Mr. Tate. Bullshit. But a lot of the time they go, yes, please help me. Cool, I'll send you 30 bucks. I spoke to one dude, some Nigerian dude worked at a plastic factory. He made $45 a month shifting through plastic. I said, here's 3 months' wages, sent him $150. He's never been so happy. He added me on Facebook. He calls me his brother, changed his last name on Facebook to my last name. When my dad died, on the anniversary of my dad's death, he did a whole tribute to my dead dad. All this shit for $150 because he couldn't believe that he told me the truth and I just sent him the money. And when I tell this to people, they go, oh, why though? Why Tate? Why? They're scamming. They're not scamming. They're fucking working. You try sending 10,000 emails a day and get ignored. That's a full-time fucking job. So, charity should be given, but charity needs to be, you need to be selective with who you give it to. If they're out there, if they're working beggars, as I call them, or if they're working to try and get some money, either through scam emails or walking up and down between the cars, whatever it is, you can give them something. If they're purely just sitting there like a dickhead, I'm depressed, oh, I've got a drug addiction, I'm depressed, give me money. Well, you can fuck yourself. You don't deserve shit.